this video is not to, be mean or disrespectful or to start drama. This is a very like analytic, like business, marketing, just understanding kind of video of like the YouTube algorithm and the anime reaction niche. Some people were linking me Nicholas Light's tweet about this saying, oh my God, is he falling off? Let's read it, right? Nicholas Light, how I'll break down my channels in 2026. Main channel, big weekly anime like Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, Bleach, big videos, music reactions, daily streams, a lot of gaming. Yep. The key word here is big, right? What you guys don't understand is, like, when he says this, do you guys know what he's really talking about? Like, I think that his channel and my channel are very good comparisons in how different we are, yet we exist in the same ecosphere. Big means every single video is basically like this. Where is it? This right over here. I reacted to all JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. 27k views after 2 days, it's popping off. Again, remember how I talk about the concept of 10%. 10% of overall subscriber count to average viewership for a video, I think is a good metric, especially if you're pumping out content on a daily basis, horizontally scaling, not just one topic, but many, many topics, right? And for me to be hitting this kind of number and it's still growing, this is a big video. But it's hard to keep making big videos over and over again, right? That's why there's slop like this, right? There's random videos that I'll be just kind of yapping, unedited videos. And honestly, I think I'm actually killing it right now. This is obviously self-glazed, but genuinely, I think my ability to just like set up tweets, read tweets, understand the state of affairs in the culture, and just entertain and just yap for 22 minutes. Like, these are unedited videos. I'm just fucking ranting about random shit happening in the state of affairs. And it gets a lot of attention because it's kind of like, ratings, numbers, controversy, dramas. Like, I'm definitely being able to work with that a little bit better. And I feel like I'm able to not only just make big videos, but cover a lot of other videos. Nicholas Light, though, is totally different, right? Every single video must be huge conceptual videos, right? He's not uploading random episode anime reactions for like stuff like this, right? Like, of course he'll upload like Fake Strange Fake. Of course he'll upload JJK. But is he gonna upload like Hell's Paradise or random anime trailers like this, right? This is not big videos. So when Nicholas Light says big videos, it's by design like this. It's like a boutique shop, right? The point of a channel like this is not volume of content, okay? Like, he doesn't upload as much as I do because he can't have these big videos spammed like that. It's by design hard. It takes a lot of time and also opportunities to show up to be able to really lock into these big videos. So that's what the main channel is for. And if you only make big videos like this, guess what happens? Well, you get more average viewership, right? You, by understanding who your audience is and giving them what they want off of these big theatrical videos, you don't have to make 6 videos a day. You can make 1 video every other day, but it's going to get so much views that it's basically, somebody spamming 10 videos or so much, right? So it's, again, conceptually by design, this channel is very different, right? Then there is, what is this? Over here. Second channel, daily content, random shit. Stream reactions clipped out, reactions to cool moments from different anime, no anime episode content. And this is brilliant. So this is Nicholas Dark, right? This is Nicholas Dark TV, where he has a second channel where basically all of the slop that I pump out like this, the trailer reactions, random fucking drama videos, right? Random shit like this, just me reading tweets, like moments from streams, that's where Nicholas Dark is for. These are videos that are basically the slop factory, right? These are not big videos. Fuck Genshin Impact is crazy. But like, he's trying a lot of different things. Of course, the average viewership isn't going to be high, but it's fine because there's so much content that he can put out, but he can't put it on the main channel. If he pumped this type of random bullshit onto the main channel, it sends bad signals, right? So it's better to have one holy grail, like big channel and have an alternative channel where it's a slot factory. My channel is kind of weird in a sense, right? Because we do have Kaka TV 2. And Kaka TV 2, its purpose was to test out this theory that if I focus on just one topic only, will I be able to get more views? In a way, yes. On an average video basis, if you look at, again, the 10% subscriber, what did I say before? Subscriber count to average viewership per video. 10% I said is a great number. So if the second channel was being run like the main channel, like a slot factory, the 10% metric would be me hitting like 1.2K views per video. That'd be great. But instead, what are we having? 16K, 14K, right? We're fucking killing it in the second channel because, again, why? Focus on one topic only and give people that topic video. Algorithm becomes more confident in you. Every video you make is so concise, so focused, and it understands. It's able to reach a wider audience. However, doing this shit, it's kind of like the issue with Nicholas Light. It's kind of funny that actually my second channel is like Nicholas Light's main channel, while his second channel is like my main channel. You know what I mean? Just like how Nick can't just pull these shit out of his ass because it depends on opportunities, different things. I can't just spam Ben 10 reactions, like 6 videos a day. Viewer fatigue exists, right? A lot of people say, why don't you just pull in a different thing, just like in your main channel? Why don't you have 2 series juggling at once? Well, that kind of defeats the purpose of this channel. This channel's purpose is to focus on just one thing. I'm afraid that if I include a second topic, will it fragment the audience? The people that's here for Ben 10, they don't care about whatever other shows watch. Is that going to then overall deter the performance of these videos? You know what I mean? So again, conceptually, you got to understand what the goal is of a YouTube channel and execute off of that. Patreon. Daily anime episodes, content to all types of anime, 7+ hours of anime per week. With the week. Come on, bro. How long is my average videos on Patreon? Nah. Let's look at this shit. Nah. It's fucking weak, bro. Let's look at my main channel, bro. JoJo's Phantom Blood. How long was that? 1 hour video, bro. Gotcha Kuda, 41 minutes. Sometimes shorter than that. Nah, and I'm pumping out 5 videos a day. I'm pumping out 5 slop a day on TV. Nah, I'm hitting 5 hours a fucking day, bro. 7 hours a week? With the anime reaction niche being lower than ever, this is the biggest part, right? This is basically the point of the video. With the anime reaction niche being lower than ever, I wanted to change things up this year. I will adapt and overcome whilst doing what I love. That's a winner's mentality. Considering starting a 3rd channel for daily anime episode content for less popular shows, yeah, that's gonna basically be kind of like this. Now, how interesting is that, huh? Anime reaction niche being lower than ever. This is Nicholas Light's overall sentiment. There's a lot of haters that are saying it's because of how bad you are reacting, how much drama you get involved in, how much you've deterred away your audience, your brand recognition is bad because you're crashing out on Twitter, that's why you get no views. I disagree with that. I think that that kind of like audience is such an insignificant drop in this ocean of an audience we know as YouTube. And Nicholas Light, I think, is still fucking killing it, right? Let's look at the Social Blade. There was a video I made the other day. You know, not other day. It was like a week ago. It was a couple weeks ago, right? It was a couple weeks ago where I compared Nicholas Light's, money, right? Money. Exposing Nicholas Light and Kaka TV's monthly YouTube dollar in revenue. If you care about like how much money anime reaction channels make at this level, go check this video out. But basically in this video, right, we kind of concluded that Nicholas Light's videos, they do get a lot of views, but the watch time in the money is kind of questionable because he's actually spamming a lot of shorts. The 15.7 million views metric that you see in the thumbnail is actually not really 15.7 million of total long form content. Most of the viewership actually is from the shorts that he is heavily spamming. And I think it's a good idea to utilize shorts in a way, but at the same time, I think that this inflates the overall metrics. And I think that it actually fragments your audience, especially if your goal is to make them long form content watchers. Like if you know Ellen Historian, he does a good job balancing out the short form content. That's how he grows his audience. But that kind of audience doesn't really give a fuck about long form content. That's why I don't go into shorts. Shorts, again, I think are the bulk of the viewership here. And I concluded here that I think realistically, his views for just long form content is roughly at 5 million views, which is very fucking competitive, right? For us right now, if we look at the last 28 days, if we look at this shit, right? This is the moment that we got unshadow banned and we've been maintaining a very good average so far. right? So I think that if I'm able to maintain this average and use a new baseline, we're going to be hitting around 2.2 to 2.5 million views per month. And for a channel my size to be averaging that kind of viewership through long form content, again, no shorts. Shorts are bullshit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even bring you money. It's cheap advertisement. I think I'm very competitive. Nicholas Light, I think, is more around the 5 million mark, which is actually kind of shocking considering his overall subscriber count, right? Like, let's look at Kaka TV Social Blade. Again, this is a very good website where you can get a very good gauge on how well a channel is doing in terms of viewership. Never look at the revenue. They don't have a good understanding of what a channel's RPM, as in how much money you make per 1,000 views, right? An RPM of 1 is $1 per 1,000 views. RPM of 2, again, is $2 for 1,000 views. You know what I'm talking about? And if we look at Nicholas Light, how well is he actually doing? It shouldn't have changed that much, right? I think it's still going to say like 15 point something million, right? It probably should. Let's look at that. Boom. So if we look at the monthly view, 13 million. Yeah, I do think that he's been spamming the fuck out of the shorts, but even without it, right? I think that he's doing good enough. And to be honest, if you look at the chart, the number just keeps going up, right? Like, just look at this shit. If you look at the game views per weekly, since the, like, it's pretty fucking good. So the thing that I'm kind of confused about is why he thinks that the anime reaction niche is lower than ever. And again, the numbers are quite inflated because of his short content. I think behind the scenes, if we kind of raise the curtains and remove the shorts, how well is he actually doing? And to me, it's so baffling because it's like, to me, I am realizing that I haven't even gotten my piece of the pie just yet. You know what I mean? Like, I've never felt that anime reactions are dead. If anything, I feel like it's more alive than ever. But here's the thing. Even though I am growing and I'm showing you how I'm growing, there's many different things. First of all, let's talk about the biggest elephant in the room. Obviously, it's because Nicholas Light is at that stage where I probably can't even get at. As in, like, he's reached that ceiling. There is still nobody really hitting this kind of numbers. Okay, I don't know what's going on with the free run reaction, though. Oh, yikes. What do you mean you're already crying? What could you be crying about in season 2, episode 1? But like, if we look at the JJK, right? I don't think free run is really his territory. You know what I mean? I don't think a show like free run is Nicholas Light's territory. I think that is different type of content that doesn't align with this performance. I think that JJK, the battle shonen, that's kind of his area, right? And I still don't think that like there are people getting this kind of viewership for this kind of views. So we have to first acknowledge that he has reached a ceiling that most people will never reach. And he is experiencing a different type of constraint right now. For him, hitting these numbers are great, but at the same time, it's like he wants to push it more and more. And because he's already maxed out, like, think of it like a video game, right? I'm like still early game. I'm like graduating the early game and about to get into the mid game, and the progress is good. It's still going up. But Nicholas Light is already so high up and he's hit the ceiling, and his instinct is telling him that like it's kind of the cap. Now, I think what would be really inspiring is for him to break that ceiling rather than, you know, just like bend to the limitations to surpass your limits would be very inspiring to see, because it's really cool to see what a channel like this in my niche can accomplish at this level of viewership, right? So let's talk. So TLDR, Nicholas Light is on a different level of success. He's already reached that ceiling, this theoretical cap maybe that exists in anime reactions, and therefore he is now venturing out to different genres, different niches such as gacha gaming, right? Such as political commentary, and I think that's a very smart thing to do. In fact, that's kind of what I do in my main channel too, right? Where, again, anime reactions are core. That is the biggest money bringer in Patreon as well. But the fact that I can simply just talk and commentate, even in a video like this, right? And people will watch, I think that holds a lot of value, and my potential to not just react, but to actually analyze and commentate about various topics, right? Anime adjacent topics. Sometimes I'll give you a random political idea think piece, right? About what's going on with fucking Ice Agent or Kirk or whatever, right? I'm very happy that I branched out rather than just doing these anime reactions to go in and basically retweets, right? Like, it's not that big of a deal. I think it's a good idea, and for any other like channels that are specifically just doing anime reactions, it might be a smart idea for you guys too to think about your future. Because like, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Are you still going to be watching anime? Is the audience that's watching you even going to find you relatable? Or are you going to try to evolve your content and try to figure out what more you can do than just simply react? Because at the end of the day, a reaction is simply just giving an opinion, right? You look at something, you give an opinion. Do people care about the words that you say? And I feel like I'm kind of on that track of trying to make sure that I become that like place where people want to show up to see, what does this guy think about this that happened in, you know, anime space today, right? That's kind of it. The other thing, other than that, right, is maybe Nicholas Light is limited in his way of viewership for Freerun because obviously, right, it's just a bad match. I think that his Unga Bunga audience that enjoys JJK obviously don't give a fuck about Freerun, stuff like that. It is kind of shocking to see it like this. But even then, it's still amazing viewership that a lot of people don't get. I think Nick is still overall killing it. I think that his game plan of diversifying his portfolio and getting into gacha game is actually really good. I actually love to like see Nicholas Light's journey, because he's not just been in one niche. He's been in, you know, what's it called? He's been in, you know, the music reactions for K-pop stuff, the Western, you know, Hollywood fucking Taylor Swift reactions, music, anime reaction, gacha. It's cool to see somebody that's able to actually pivot from one niche to another and actually still do well. And basically, it's like data for me, you know? I analyze it, I look at it. What did he do well? What did he not do well? And it's very nice that I can see it like that. Another comparison, yeah, I keep seeing is obviously your boy Roshi, right? Your boy Roshi, shout out to your boy Roshi. They've been absolutely nailing it with the anime reactions. They are the pillar of the community doing this shit. They're basically the founders, right? And yeah, their numbers are very strong. They're competitive. I don't think they really spam shorts as much. I don't know, right? Like, if I look at this short, when was this short made, right? Like, when? 5 months ago, right? So the fact that your boy Roshi does not spam shorts, unlike Nicholas Light, yet what's their monthly viewership? I think it's around the 8 to 10 million mark, right? Yeah, very competitive, very strong. And for the people that's saying, oh my God, you know, your boy Roshi fell off, or like Nicholas Light fell off, you guys are so ridiculous in understanding what falling off even means. If this is the place that they've fallen off, you have to realize this is a place most people will never even get to. This is like the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of, you know, people that hate on Nicholas Light because I think he obviously, you know, brings on that attention for himself. But you also have to realize, like, when you say fall off and the guy is still making this kind of numbers, like, come on. Let's just be a little bit like more aware of how numbers work. I keep hearing like, oh my God, this channel that's only getting, you know, 1 million subscribers can't even hit like 100K videos. No, you guys just don't understand how YouTube works and how channels are designed. Again, if you actually think Nicholas Light's falling off, you have to acknowledge that these numbers exist first. Again, right? You can't just look at a channel subscriber count and look at, oh my God, he's barely scraping 100,000 views. If that was the case, you would have to say your boy Roshi is also just fucking dead in the water. But that's clearly not the case when we actually look at their numbers, right? It's not the case at all. You have to look at monthly viewership. You have to look at the goal of a channel, right? A channel with almost 60K subs, averaging, you know, if for example, right? If you look at this channel here, I wouldn't be surprised if people thought that like I'm dead channel, right? You have 60K subs and you barely got 1.9K views, you know, 2.4K views after a day, right? Some people will just see this and be like, this channel's fucking dead. But what they don't realize is that this channel is making 6 to 8 videos a fucking day, covering like so many topics that I can't even talk about. And if you stack up all the views and if you stack up all the fucking videos, my actual viewership is very, very competitive. I'm doing better than most 6-figure YouTube channels right now, okay? So like, you have to realize what you see in the front sign, right? When you go to a restaurant and whatever you see in the front door is not representative of how good their food may be, all right?